Trading here on a Tuesday. Here we go. This is what we're looking at heading into the last hour of the day. Positive right across the board once again, 0.34, 0.4, and 0.38. Nice day for cryptocurrencies as well. I mean, that doesn't matter because there's lots of squeeze type action happening today, guys.
So we'll try to go down the line really quickly. GameStop went to 213. AMC went to 38.50. You guys already know what happened to CAR. Cassava Sciences went to 70. DWAC and Fun both just made some power moves to the upside. So the list of squeeze type plays, this is what Fun's chart looks like, up 14%. And Cassava Science, Ocugen also had like a $3 tank and then recovered. So, I mean, the list of things moving is, I mean, it's insane. There's crazy movement.
How do you even figure out what to trade? I mean, we were sitting here looking at DWAC and everything, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go over to Fun and just pound that one through. It breaks out 430, which was the high of the day. And then, you know, like we always say, you need to take some profit. So instantly, man, out almost, so it's long at 30. What are we long at? 33? What are we long at? 34, yeah. So, you know, out there all at, I mean, whatever, 60% at 50, which was a decent move. And then we basically just pulled the charts back and got some out right at the top there. 480 was the top. We took 69 on the way back down inside. And we just blew up this 20-minute chart here on Fun. And all we really did see was that there was some consolidation here over the last couple of days between 5 and 550. So when I saw this spike up here to 480, that's right here. So if we draw a line, I think that makes a lot of sense right there. So you kind of right in the middle. So that's where we just stopped there on PHUN. So, you know, we'll hold a little bit left of this. Literally 20% left. So as it now is coming back in, and we may turn red on this name. And if we do, I think we just get out where we got in here, man. 30 break. So 30 break downside. We'll get out of that one and we'll rock and roll. You guys can see AMC's at the high of the day as well. Fisker same. So we've been holding those all day and just trying to be true to what we said and see if we can hold out AMC for $40. That's my goal. It's $1.50 from now. It's a little lofty, but I think we can get there for AMC.
Yeah, I won't even. I want guesses on what you think my goal is for the last of my car shares. Suffice to say, I wanted to break 300 to the downside, but one that is moving. So Ocugen, this is what I was getting at with Ocugen. It broke this 15 level at about 12, somehow manages to go from 15 to 1280, actually even lower than that, without halting, because, you know, why would it bother halting?
Yeah.
Comes right back up to 1440. Like, you're able to take this opening range bottom, which is 1425, and then it broke out at about 1450. So in that range, you're able to get that to the short side. Got some at 14s, worked it down to 1320. Actually got out too soon, and it comes right back. And it's just been barcoding off 14 even, which at first I was trying to hold for a home run. Then when I reloaded up here, I started taking it out in the 60s. So I have been sort of taking the 25-cent scalp now. So I'll probably continue that party here in Ocugen until it breaks 1410 or 1425. And just absolute craziness all over the board. Yeah, I'll get if the car was moving more, I probably would have led with it, but it's going to be the trade of the day. But here's what I will point out. As nice as it looks to be sitting at a 481 short, this is what happens when you have a strategy to get out half of your halt trade at the reopen. So half of that position at 481.50, I got out for a losing trade at 500, which greatly skews how good this could have been. Look, it's been barcoding. There was a bit of a bounce off 340, got it to 375. If it takes out this support here, which has been around 330-ish, I think it heads right to 300. If that can't hold, could be crazy. Crazy. And if you're looking at
crazy.
Guys, if you're looking at this ML. This is a stock that trades in the venture. It is a leverage. It's a buyout deal that trades in Toronto in the venture. It is essentially moving like just a spread trading. So it can be confusing. I know there's other symbols that are ML, but it's not the one you're thinking of. This trades over on the venture. It's a $4.73 stock, which is essentially going back and forth within 1 penny. I'm just making the spread.
All right, ML. All right, so if you see that on there, disregard or look it up and see what you can do. Okay, so AMC, we are trying to hold out for this. This is a good one for me, man. It's been a cash cow today. We've only gone in it once, and we've just been holding this whole time. So I put on there $40. We got as high as $38.60. Why 40? I mean, why not 40? It's been a nice move to the upside here. We've already broken out from this 38 level right there. So I don't know. We're bouncing around here. Maybe 39 is a little bit of a better level than 40, but either way, we're we're still holding on to AMC here right now on a 20-minute chart. Just, we put this again on the sticky note if you're watching out for that. All of our names today were pretty hot fire on that note, and thank you for everybody there on YouTube. What did you say, sorry?
DWAC's running again.
Oh, DWAC's winning again. Yeah, so there goes fun again. A nice little move for fun, so thanks for that one. We just put out a carnival trade on this one. Hit it long there at 430. Yep, good call, Neil. All the way back up to the upside there as we're still holding on to this one. So we'll watch it, and we'll watch AMC, and we're going to go to Brendan for another name.
One more SPAC to add to the list this afternoon. CND just popping up here. 5.25%, just broke 12 there on a volume spike for CND. New data out this morning from S3 Partners, the data analytics firm. This is an entire report on short interest of SPACs, guys. So I'll direct your attention down here. CND, about 8.7%. At the top of the list, yeah, you guessed it, DWAC. About 318 million notional on the short right now. Up here, it'll show you 16.9% for Digital World Acquisition Corporation. That AGC, very high as well, but 34.8, guys.
AGC, okay, that's an interesting one. I saw the Pershing Square one on there, but I guess it's not that big.
Is it possible that, Brendan, you can share a link
can you
on
send
our chat? Like, not our company chat. I mean, like, can you even
He can
do that on the YouTube chat?
As long as he's admin, he can.
Or he sends it to Valeria, and then maybe she can post it, just so everybody can see that, because it was a little bit hard for us to see as well. Or you can send it to us, and we can blow it up on the screen as well. But, okay, thank you for that one. We're looking at fun again. We've already drew that line for you guys. Oh, and there it goes. Oh, no, that was on, disappeared there. On the 20-minute chart, but we were right into here 570 or so on PHUN. So let's see if it can take out higher, man. I mean, if we can get five, I don't have any offers out, so we'll wait to see where that goes based on that news there from Brendo, and then we'll just see where it wants to go. I mean, I'm still long this name. We're 10%, like more than 10% in the money, or no, yeah, 40 cents on $4. So roughly, 8 to 10% in the money right now on PHUN, and we only have a 20% left. So this is just going to be one of those home run hero plays. We've already made some money on this. If it does come back in, we'll get out where we're in. So that's all. We're just holding this out to see if we got a nice little bump up starting to happen here on PHUN, but so far 1 for 1 on that one. I'm going to look at Facebook and things like that when we get back, or sorry, when I get back. But right now that is PHUN. It looks like it's coming back in. I think that $5 is probably a good sell. I don't know.
I mean, DWAC is sort of slowing down here, although there's no obvious level on DWAC until you get to like 68, 69, maybe even like 70 even. And that's just from, look, at that point I'm just talking about yesterday, let alone the real actual resistance. You blow up to 15 minutes to here, and you see like 75 looks like a bigger level. Now, obviously, it's going to take some time for it to get there. Either way, it's starting to slow down a little bit. I guess not at a key level. Slowing down at VWAP is Cassava Sciences, by the way. So that one's still. And again, I don't know, maybe it was because of CAR's price action today. Why didn't just jump in front of 70? Because 70 was a great level on the daily chart. On Cassava. Like, look at this. Like, that's a great level on the daily. And a lot of times I'd have jumped in front of it. For some reason, I was just thinking break instead of, fade. It gave you a lower high fade, but this is it holding up VWAP. There was also a break at 215 at $61. So this is kind of a key line in the sand for Cassava Sciences, 60 to 61. If it doesn't hold this, it could easily be back at 55. This is what we always mean by take profits, scale out, find a way to make sure you pay yourself, guys. Okay, so, and apologies, a lot of times we try to, someone's asking again about this ML. It is a venture stock that I am in. It is not the ML that you are thinking. It's a leveraged buyout. It's not moving. So the price is correct. It's just a venture stock.
Yeah, why do they keep asking that? And that's it. Okay, so yeah, we're just playing around. You guys can ask us what any of our positions are as we go. I'm just tweeting out that we are trading live now, so see if we get some more members flowing through, guys. If you can hit the like and the subscribe button, that'd be huge. We're just trying to get this YouTube algorithm to like us a little bit more here and show the show off. I mean, we are trading here for absolutely for free. This is gonna be the last week where we are actually going from 3 to 4. We've upped our game, man. And again, if we don't get any more likes, man, maybe we don't need to do this because you don't like it. So, depending on the like situation, I think we should probably start to go from 2 to 4. So that was the idea. But let's see if we can get some, love on that.
Crtx again.
If you guys can do that. Fisker here, we were already long off the bottom. We should have got long again at 17 as we retested 17. And now you're back up to 17.56. So the high of the day right now on this EV name here, I mean, besides the pre-market, for Fisker as we held this all day. And we're trying to reap some benefits here as it's starting to go back up to the upside right now. Still don't have any plans on selling anything of this. AMD has been a beast for us today. We were long and out, basically a grayed out 126.75. It does though go up to 128. So we got to watch out for those plays, man. I keep thinking about holding, and then it starts to go back to the downside. I'm like, oh, missed the top, and then we got out, but that didn't miss the top at all. But AMD, a big successful day for us on that one. Unfortunately, we missed that Tesla 1075 bid. That's going to haunt me for a while. Not that long. But
it was a bit of there's a lot of things that could have got missed this morning, and obviously you had some crazy movers. That SBEA, which is like, I'm not even thinking about it anymore because there's so much more happening, but that was crazy off of the open. Under Armour was moving. But CRTX, for those of you watching, when it gapped down, its recovery top was about $20, 20 and change. So as it goes higher again, went 1 for 1 on the 17 turn. It's now gone parabolic again at 18. I suppose it could have been so simple as just, shorting it at the $18 level. It just went to 18.04 and doing the reverse. I decided not to. Kind of thought if it makes another push, maybe it's going to get to that 20 level where everybody is going to be looking at this thing at $20. At least I think everyone is going to be looking at this thing at $20. I could be wrong about that, but it's an obvious level. Looks like it turned at the second most obvious level, which is around $18. If it can hold 17 even, maybe it's got another leg in it. I would just be cautious. There's so many things running right now that the more runners there are, the more squeezers, the more late day gappers, the more likely that when the air comes out of it, there's just not enough people to fall on the sword and sort of buy it on the way down because the air gets let out, and people might pay attention to one or two, but they're all trying to grab profit when these all come back into the downside. And the falls have been pretty sharp on each of these. Like, that's why I think it was so simple getting that 17 short, and maybe why the 18 short was a lot easier than shorting some of the things have been this morning, which I can tell you that's been, that was a challenge all the way up through to try to be disciplined. Like, I missed one stop on the way up, and that was an absolute killer. But that's a risky run. Trading any of these, CRTX, big time mover, and Sava looking very close to breaking that 60 level back on the way down.
That's the rub of those plays. And we talked about them even when we were making those plays, that make sure that you keep enough bullets in said chamber there. And on that note, we did trim some, and we'll go. Let's do a backflip because Ford's been a good name for us here, and we trimmed some in our long-term portfolio. I just tweeted that out. We basically trimmed it at $18. It just became just a big position, and I want to raise a little bit of capital here, cash. Even though I think this is going to be a monster month for equity. I mean, Google today, battle back up 1%. I think that's nice. Apple is happening now to 150 and change. We could see Apple, kind of just holding out right here. But normally off of earnings, you do see Apple, that's still Ford, come on charts. You do see Apple give back a little bit, and it hasn't really done that. So I'm thinking Apple holds here, and then we move a little bit higher. I've gotten more into Facebook. I'm looking for some new ideas right now. So it sucks because you guys know we were talking about Eli Lilly not too long ago, and I didn't buy, and he missed that one. And yeah, Eli Lilly today, Brendan, came with some news about, it wasn't their Alzheimer's drug. It was one other one. I'm most excited about the Alzheimer's drug, but down here at 2:30, Eli Lilly bumped today on something, and I don't want to put Brendan to work again, but there was something about Eli Lilly, and he's going to have it right here. Watch this. What's up?
Yeah, it was the antibody treatment for COVID-19 over in the EU. So they actually withdrew their review. So the EU drug regulator was reviewing the antibody treatment, and they withdrew that. So I just saw this one as well, guys. Day highs here for Krispy Kreme D-nut.
Although it hasn't broken 14, so it just got to those day highs. I like even dollar breaks. To be honest, I mean, it's it's splitting hairs. Oh, just broke now. Well, but it hasn't printed.
I still think that there's some.
Oh, he did print it. Got the
should have been like D's nuts, like D.
They can't do that.
Oh, right, my bad.
I don't think I think they wouldn't allow that. I'm just. Who knows?
They,
I kind of feel like if they tried to do D's nuts, that it just wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. Anyways, 14 just broke. The high they break, if you take it, congratulations, 1392. I like even dollar numbers, so I'll wait for 14 to go. And look, we said no one ever goes broke taking profit. Am I gonna scalp this out all the way up to like 1425, 1450, those types of things for sure, especially on this day. As I said, if any of these start coming back in, you have to expect that it could be very quick and it could be very, very harsh. So Sava just held that 60 level. Looks like it is not going to flush yet, as we take a little bit out there of, I almost said D's, Krispy Kreme. Wow, you almost got me saying D's nuts. Almost, good try. But Sava does bounce off 60 even, so no flush on that one yet. I think it's got to break that 60, and then it has some real potential downside. But for now, it manages to hold the bid.
That was Sava?
Yeah, Casava Sciences.
Are you were not in that
No,
one?
the long was in D.
I got it. I thought you were in it. I was like, I didn't see you in that
Almost
trade.
the D's again.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. Don't worry about it. The only thing you could do 3Ds, 3D system, DDD, right? So those are Ds. I don't know. Okay, Facebook. Come on, charts. Like I thought I was. It's still down today, but again, I think that any weakness, you could buy some Facebook. This is kind of why I'm raising capital, to buy some more technology names, but we'll see where we go from here. Oh, I did see a super chat, and I meant to talk about it. Thank you so much, Dan McIsaac. You joined the 500% Club with $70 DWAC calls. Love the show and love the community. Well, we love you, Mr. Dan McIsaac, and thank you for continuing your support as well. Here it was here. XELB reminds me of NXTD. So, okay, we'll look at that quickly here on that name. Oh, okay, $1.94 stock. I can't lie to you. I know we've talked about this before. Excel Brands Inc. Right now, I'm not sure what reminds this to you of NXD TD, but maybe this barcoding right now, not doing much on some move upside. This almost looks like it's... I mean, what did they get today? 38, and where's the 20-minute? Okay, so really no volume at all over the last couple of days until today. You may be onto something here. I'm not going to say no to this. I will shout out Brendan one more time to find out about XELB on a super chat, up to $2. So I don't know. I mean, it was doing nothing on literally no volume, and then every time it spikes, obviously we get some volume here right now. It's Excel Brands, so I don't even know what they do. So I got to apologize to whomever that was, but thank you for the super chat here. But we are at the 200 period moving average. It looks like you do have some. I don't think this is a horrible spot right now, if there is something about this, because you do have some nice barcoding, ever since basically this bottom here, 150. This is well worth the risk, man, at 150. I mean, you have 194 now, 40 cents worth of risk to the downside with a possible, and we're going to hear from Brendan, but maybe some sort of catalyst to go to the upside. What's up with XLB, Brendan?
Yeah, there really wasn't, guys. I think it was just more one of those crazy low float Twitter stocks. 6.7 million free float. Up on heavy volume, so about 10 times relative volume for XELB today. But yeah, I think it's just social media.
Next ID had the reverse and then broke out from that high, which, I mean, you double top like 375, and then it's been
I just don't understand, like, why is it barcoding today, basically? Yeah. I mean, this is not really barcoding, but I mean, considering it's only a 6%.
It's kind of.
You said 6% short? Okay, that's not, yeah, I guess that's not huge.
6 million free float.
6 million free float. That was the number that I was looking at. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised that it's actually just sitting here, guys. So, I have to admit it. That's a surprise to me. Don't know much about it. But, if you're looking for one of those home run plays, this may be it, man. You have that $1.50 bottom. So, thanks for bringing it to all the viewers' attentions. I mean, that's what we're here for. So, good.
So,
what do you think about
CXTD? Well, two things. We'll talk about Chegg a little bit, and then, but I want to address CRTX. So, if you read through the report on CRTX, again, it wasn't. Look, anything that's going to be a single drug pipeline, or maybe if you have like one or two, if you miss an endpoint, if you have any kind of disappointment, even if it's not a total failure on the part of the trial, which is exactly what the case was here, it wasn't a total failure, you're still going to get absolutely crushed, and that's what's going to happen. So yeah, it wasn't all bad, which means there was a potential dead cat bounce in it. Although I didn't anticipate it happening this late, it kind of found a bit of a bottom, and then you look out for these things. I think probably. A little bit better than I did, because it finds this bottom and then 15 breakout. Now at this point, I'm thinking about that top that it had at 20 even, because it couldn't get past that 20, and I think that's going to be around that high. Back to things that are still moving right now. That Chegg, Chegg actually, it looked like 32 was going to be a bottom for this thing today. It made a double bottom, got up to 34, and then it's now just coming right back into 32. So this is about as ugly as it gets. On the daily chart, you're talking all kinds of support, potentially at 25, which, I mean, this stock was at $115. This is now cut in half. This stock is absolutely dying. So I don't think there's a bottom just yet. Wait a couple of days on this bad boy.
I just said your stock, but it's because I haven't traded it today. But that car starting to move again right now. People saying I haven't. Oh, you know what? I closed the chat. Damn it, where'd that chat go? Oh, no. Yeah, I actually did close it, so I'll have to open it up again. So I was just saying that I hadn't traded this yet today, but it is moving. It doesn't mean we won't trade it. There goes Car. We'll have to pop this chat out one more time so I can see some of the love from you guys and some of the names that you're giving out there. So where do we like this name? I mean, a break of 400. I mean, it was obviously It was a halt fest on our open show there, but a break of 4 bills. What is this level? 415, 420 here. A nice move, bounced off VWAP. I mean, VWAP, forget about it. It doesn't really mean anything today. 400, I don't know. There's that level. Yo, get ready on the keys there. There's 420 right. Oh, you hit that already? That was fast. Okay. There's 420 coming up right again there on cars. So there is a level there to look at. But I don't know, man. I mean, a 1 minute range, this is still a little bit too spicy for me here. I don't know if people got blown out of their shorts. And I think the exciting part about it early was exactly that. It's people loading into the short and then getting blown out, right? So we'll have to see, are people brave enough to short this now and then maybe hold overnight? Not me.
I think there were people that might have been shorting like this 360-ish area, like whether or not they stopped out. If you're short from the top and you actually were covering on the way down, you're probably still going to hang on to it. Like, I mean, I am. Like, without it even breaking at 420, it's not that much of a consideration because what this can be doing, like, think of it the other way. Oh, yeah, I did say 420, didn't I? So it holds a support at 325, 330, whatever you want to call it. That does give some leverage to people taking the breakout longs, whether it's 350, 360, 375. They got some clean levels that they can start thinking about here, and that's maybe close to 1-to-1 depending on where you get that long up to this number that you guys know all about. So if that's people taking those longs, they can actually get trapped in those, potentially, in theory, if it comes back and reclaims this VWAP here. So as much as I'm holding on to the last of my shares, I did cover a bunch, and most famously so for at least me, a lot of it up here at that 500 for actually a loss on the 480 short, but still about $100 in the money ultimately. And I actually I've got a stink bid because Greg was like, you should hold it all day long. And I'm like, no. And because you said that, I'm putting a stink bid in, which it's completely meaningless that I'm bidding 211.77. It doesn't even matter. But anyways, I am. I don't think it's going back to 500. I think that's pretty unlikely at this point. But there's certainly a chance that it could have a couple of breaks going into the close. Now, as much as I say I'm holding it to the end of the day, I do think I'm likely to cover it by like 350 or so, depending on where it happens to be. I ended up covering D-Nut the second I saw that run. So if CAR is going to start going again, and then one of these is a top end break, where I'm essentially long at the high, I just kind of feel that that's going up. The air could come out of some other ones, and I'll just get out, and I'll take in it like a small 5-cent hit when we're making 10. You know, I don't want to see that reverse happen. Like we were talking about, Dan with a great trade, when I sort of was sort of musing while CAR was going, that when CAR makes a turn and starts falling, watch out for some other shorted names that have been falling to the downside that catch bids, and DWAC was one of them. It caught a bid, some money going from one name to another. So it is what it is. That's kind of the way the market works these days. Brendan, something else.
Another one to add to the list. Dragoneer Growth Opportunities Corporation, the second, just did that, guys. 1020 up to 1050 here. So just starting, possibly. Look at the volume coming into this one. DGNS.
Dragoneer, what? DGNS.
It's becoming a hard opportunity here for some of these trades. Like we talked about, to get your money into the right opportunities at the right time. I mean, there's only so many trades we can all make here. And I mean, I would love to be involved in all of these. But right now we do have shares on in Fun. Neil was just dealing with Donut and Sava and looking. I mean, there's so many plays here as right now. I'm focused on PHUN. Fun, yeah, I mean, I didn't do that on purpose. As we wait for this, I'm still looking at this top. I think we can blow that out, a 480 or so, and then start to go back to the upside. Obviously, you got to look a little bit on this corner of your eye on DWAC to see what that's going, as the two are, somewhat related anyways, with the Trump media. So we'll see if that wants to continue its upside move here. Fun, and we're still in this name. So hopefully it can go, and we'll reap some benefits of this if it does break through. What happened now? AMC.
Novavax is up 15% and is at $200. And just because as if it wasn't spicy enough, this is your convergence of the 200 and the 50-period moving average, right at about 201. So to say that Novavax is getting close to a key price would be a bit of an understatement. Strong move by them. Of course, they've been in the news the last couple of days. I did not see that one coming. Thank you to the best community in the world. Yeah. And by the way, Byron Tim, was that a Freudian slip? Tell us what you really think about us. No, man. Like, if you speak as much as we do, like you see like Fun and DWAC and Donut. Like I almost said D's, like 4 or 5 times. It's just gonna happen, man. Like it's all in good fun.
I didn't almost say that.
You didn't say it.
Yeah, I did. I said it should have been D's nuts.
No, I'm talking about fun because like you almost
fun.
said.
Oh, when I said F you? Oh, no. There's obviously.
It's because it's a F sound and it's
someone the other day
like
said if they talked as much as we did, yo, what's up? He's back in the building, man. Pardon me? Yeah, are we doing something Thursday? Oh, we'll talk. I didn't even see an email there.
Raheem Alani.
Raheem Alani is in the building, guys.
He's just kind of here.
We're doing the show, Raheem. All right. Everything all right, man? Everything all right? All right, upside.
And NVAX just dropped $4. Anyways,
he's coming on the show on Thursday. I mean, what the hell am I even thinking?
Right.
Okay.
But it's Tuesday.
I don't know. I don't even know
what's
where I
going
am.
on, man.
But shout out to Raheem Alani. Yeah, Raheem, my man. There he is. He's in the building, all dressed, all casual. So, that's
a nice sweater on.
Yeah. He had a nice bottle of wine in his hand there too. I saw. So
I saw that.
Hopefully that gets left on my desk. I think he's gone.
Okay.
Okay. So that's that. What up? Yeah. When
really,
a side character just
look
pops
at NVAX,
in.
man. Somebody got this NVAX. I'm like, obviously somebody's got to be short this thing because it ain't me. And NVAX now down $4 from the top. It's probably just going to continue to flush. Like, why not, right? Like that was, like I was saying, like it was also like the 200 and the 50 moving average was right there at the top. It's up. It actually flushed to 175, so it's a clean $25 move. All kinds of reasons to short that 200. Good look. No, that was not Raheem Sterling.
It's much better.
Tradings.
Much better than Raheem Sterling in the building.
No, but Raheem, a good friend of the show, obviously.
Raheem Alani from OCI Group. So you'll see him on Thursday, like you were just saying. The reason why I was like, are we doing something? Because remember, he stopped by with those cigars.
Right.
And they were supposed to go out to celebrate the birth of his son.
Oh, by the way, Brendan, I didn't have anywhere to store the cigars, and Amar, a good friend, told me about I think it's like a Bovita bag or something.
I mentioned that to you the day we got those.
I don't remember you saying that.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
Mine's in one of those. So
I bought one of those.
I thought you were going to say you didn't have anywhere to store it, so you lit it on fire.
No, well, I was going to, then I got
Brendan,
the
yours
Bovita
is gone,
bag.
right, Brendan?
Yes.
First of all, that's a great invention, those bags. Good for traveling.
The Bovitas. Yeah. They're just,
genius.
yeah, exactly.
Are they public? Because that's just a smart business.
Yeah, they're very popular in the cannabis industry, Neil. So that's,
Do I look...
I don't know. I don't know. It's just sometimes they're
not going to go.
Yeah, exactly. So they just keep various things fresh. So moisture, things like that. So there you go.
Meanwhile, Sava broke.
They're also very. I didn't mean cannabis. I meant like potpourri. I got something in my eye. Okay. All right. Let's just trade now. We got to go do this. Fun right now. Let's go bang. I feel like we're at a carnival right now as we just broke through $5 there on PHUN, going now to the upside. There we go. Let's go PHUN. Yeah, we are having some fun on the show right now. 31% in the money. We're almost in the money $1 here. So let's just let this last 20% party on to the upside right now. And I wasn't involved, like I said this morning, in that car, but we can still play with some of these crazier names as we continue to move to the upside right now on PHUN. Good trade there. We've already talked about this on a 20-minute chart. You have this top here at 560, which makes me think that 5 right about here is good enough, man. 540. So 520 or so, if we can get up there, we'll take it out. We almost got there. We got for 513. Let's put an offer about 520. We take it out, and then we'll move on. So that's going to be a play that I'm looking at right now. 520 here on PHUN to get rid of this one for an 80-cent winner. Yeah, and there goes Sava through that 60. It's going to consolidate here right at that previous dip price. It looks like, shy of that 57.5, like right at 58. Decent chance this isn't over. Like if it takes out this level, you're still going to have room to probably like 55 at minimum, and then maybe a little bit more. So if it can pop up, maybe hold 60 even, that could be a re-entry for a short position there. I don't know, this OCGN, which it's been an interesting ride on the stock. Now it's not really doing anything, so I'll have to get more aggressive in terms of scalping this out, because if it's not going to move, it's not going to be that interesting. Sava, certainly more interesting as a name. And Krispy Kreme, I almost said it again. Krispy Kreme bounces a little bit here. Now, the reason for getting out was just simply that other names started moving to the upside. You know which one. And I thought this could actually flush as well. When you go to the daily chart, it's not like there's anything incredibly significant about that 14 even. You pop in the 15, like there isn't. It's just a round number 14. So if it was, I would probably, if this was at 15, like up at these levels, I would probably be reversed into a short for sure on I almost said these nuts again. Okay, Krispy Kreme. But there's no significance. So if it pops to the upside, you're looking 14.50 to 15 as your short level. Sava seems like it doesn't want to give a chance to get back in at 60 even. It might just crater through 57.5.
that break is probably costing you 250 because you're not wrong till it gets back above 60 even, and that's 1-to-1 to 55. So the break I don't like. I'd have to short a pop on Sava if I were to get back in. Brendo.
I just saw PHUN warrants popping up there. Watch the stock maybe. Amcor, how about an actual stock for you guys? AMCR, 1.5% here. Trying to make a move into the close. They report Thursday, I just saw as well. So AMCR doing some volume.
For that, we're only going to look at fun. Calling fun and not a real stock. I don't know. That's cold. I see actual shares.
That ain't
trading.
fun. Okay, so we'll. I mean, I was just trying. I cancel when I hear. Actually, that's funny because that's funny. Really, no pun intended there. I as soon as I had my offer at 520 there, it didn't hit, so it doesn't matter. But when Brendan came with news on that, I quickly canceled it. And then when I heard that it was just about the warrants, which is fine, you got to watch the warrants. I think that's the one thing that we've learned. And again, thank you to the community for that one. They pointed that out. Watch the warrants when the stocks can get halted because warrants don't. So I was wondering about that. So we canceled. We put it back. So right now the high is 515. So we'll see if we can get another wick to that height. Again, Brendan and Valeria. Oh, you guys should
515 is a level.
Videotape that. That was really cute. As they were going back and forth there.
That? That's cool.
They're doing like I don't know if you guys have that, you can show it. I don't know why not.
It's on our big screen right in front of us, so like these guys can't see it.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just like what do you call that? Like ghosting.
There it
right
is.
There.
Yeah.
There we go. Can you guys see that? There we go. See, they're doing that kind of stuff.
Monster.
That was the cute part. Oh, look, you see. Oh, anyways, okay. Let's just move on. All right, so that's that play. The other play that we have on board right now, of course, is AMC. And you know what? This one we were hoping, maybe if I hit this again, it will work. We were hoping that AMC would want to go. We're still long from the very, very first trade of the morning for me. One of the first trades, anyways, that popped in was this 37 bid on AMC. We wanted that. We should have been longer down here. We actually had a bid at 36.60. We got missed by 4 cents there, else it would be obviously a much bigger trade to the upside right now. But we're just waiting for this to pop through. I still think we could take out the highs. We're going to wait for the imbalances to come out. Again, we'll see where they land. But I don't know. AMC hasn't been in a big imbalance killer or anything like that. So probably a little bit wishful thinking that there might be something there. But so far, so good on AMC. Fisker just hovering around, getting ready to get this out if we don't take this out. The high of the day is 57. We're just fading back in here to 48, 49. So we're going to get out if we break this level here, 44. So we've held 44 before. We're going to get out if it breaks that for a nice little 55 cent or so win there on this play. So Fisker, nice trading, just long today, long. And then, long and out, long again and out. And now we'll wait for this breaking spot here, 44 on Fisker.
So I don't know if the fun is over on fun, but this level it got to at 515. If you go back into last week, I mean, it's a bit of a thing here. That's a lower high, 515, a little bit higher than that actually. It got to like 518, 519. So I think a 520 stop on a short. And then if it breaks that, sort of look back to these levels at 575 makes some sense. So fun not done just yet. I just missed getting in to Cassava Sciences there at 59 in front of that 60 level, but I'm not going to chase that one to the downside. Is that Brendan again?
This OLB just popping up here, guys, from this morning. Yeah, it's a decent level, I guess. 850. He was trying to hold there for support throughout the midday, just broke down. So some volume coming in sell side for OLB.
All right, there it is. We'll just take that fun out. I will Superman this one a little bit here as we just take it out at 10s there. It's continuing to go to the upside, but I just was like, you know what? It's bounced around $5, a little bit too much for me. There's our target. I mean, we would have had the 15s there, but that sucks. Why did I always do that? I know why, because I always do it. So there we go. We're out right now, and that's just out. We hold a little bit there. Really happy with that trade, obviously, as we now close the position on PHUN, and super happy with the return on this name here in the afternoon. So can't be more happier with that. So that was a good trade there. What else did we get out of? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so Fisker starting to head up to the upside. We just put our order in. We talked about where we're going to get out of that. But really, we just traded fun throughout. Microsoft still making highs. Nice trading for Microsoft today. Beautiful trading. All-time highs for NVDA. That might have been a good out there on fun. NVIDIA 264 right now. There it is. And making moves here to all-time highs for NVIDIA was up here, 266. We already cracked all-time highs today. Was 258. So that was already done. Nice move for NVIDIA. I don't think our charts are good now because we still have the pre-split there. But ever since that split day, which was down here about 195, remember I got out of some at 195? That's obviously a mistake. As that continues to move to the upside right now, 265 for NVDA, and still, look at this March. You want to talk about metaverse and some names that could definitely benefit from that. Check out NVIDIA, man. I mean, just in the last week, this is October 13th, so let's call it 2 weeks, basically, trading. You go from 200 up to 263. So
just like keeping one thing in mind, like there has been an ETF for the metaverse for a while now, and it's #1 holding. Like when Facebook made the change, the first thing we said to you guys was the #1 holding in the metaverse ETF is NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like think about it. It's got to be powered by something. I mean, it's like it is chip makers up at the top there. Roblox is oddly enough, I think, #2. But I think that makes obvious sense. So this is why you always, when in doubt, zoom out, people, because fun, that 5.15, forget about $5. Go back and look at that 5.15 area here. Like I said, just a couple of pennies above that 5.15 price. So when the high of the day is 5.15 and you have these wicks up here to like a 5.18, a lot of times you can get that fail break action, which allows when people go into the long at that break at like 16 or 17, it stalls right out, failing to get through that level on the 15-minute chart. It then starts to come right back. And I've scaled some of this out because I did have some below that 49 price. So as long as it can hold this range here, it's kind of like in a stalemate area. So anyone who's jamming the short in front of 5 and then waiting for the fail break is like myself holding on for prices down to 460 to 490. And then if you're in the long, you're not necessarily scared until it gets back into 470, 490. So either direction in this price range is kind of sitting in a decent trade risk to reward. If it doesn't break out of here, which I think is unlikely, then neither one wins and you're just sort of paying fees. But I do feel like it's going to go either it takes out the top and I'm out, or we get the flush back down into 465. I didn't get Sava. I'm not going to chase it. OCGN now has started to come back into the money for me. Well, it was already in the money. I mean, actually move deeper in the money. So we're getting like 25, 30 cents out of that scalp trade. And if it flushes down to 13 again, I'll probably have covered between 13.50, 13.25. I should have some stink bids just in case, though.
All right, I'm just chatting with Maggie because she actually had a good idea that her and I should start a party planning committee. Everyone had a good time there with the Halloween party. So although I planned that took absolutely no work. So yeah, if we want to do something serious, there would love to do that. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I don't know why I'm addressing that here live on the show, but okay. All right, so Roblox here. There we go. I started typing in Roblox, and then she messaged me there. So, all right, let's have a quick look here. Roblox. We talked about this name. I like this name, and I haven't stamped a buy on it yet. I was hoping that we'd break through this 85 range there for some Roblox love, but that never happened yesterday. And then now today you are coming back in. I still think it's worth picking something up, man. You're at $76, $78, something like that. I got to do a little more research about that outage. I still don't know what caused that. I don't know if any of you guys do either, but we're going to find out what caused that outage. And Roblox, even from an IPO, I'm not sure. I mean, this is a very, very consistent. It seems like it was a well-priced IPO. And honestly, in the last couple of years, I can't remember an IPO that was this well-priced where we really haven't moved off that. I mean, sure, they report better numbers, better revenues, so on and so forth, get some upgrades. We go up to $100, come right. I mean, that was a little bit of a crash, I guess, down 20% or so. Comes back in there, and now you're bouncing off this level, and we're still above IPO pricing. So seems like it was a good one there for Roblox. And I want to get some money into this name, just not sure when. I don't want to miss this again, like we did miss Microsoft at 280, but we're not going to miss Brendan. What's up?
Another one that is highly shorted, yet is 9%. Shout out to Jessica Alba fans, the Honest Company guys, just popping up here. November 11th for earnings for HNST.
Okay, I mean, honest apparently is a thing, so we'll have a quick look at that. Just so you guys know, that fund is, we'll do this. Might as well ring the register for that before we get on. There was an iceberg order at 5 even. I did jump some shares in front of it, and then the second I got a fill, it broke. It has come back in. So back to the regular scheduled programming where fund is just barcoding at that 5 even level. I still think it has to break out one way or another. Honest, it's only a 5% move, but that magical $10 level is now within sight. There's a lot of charts that still look like this, and some have broken out, rightfully so. This one has not. You're going to get $10, is a clear consolidation break. There's not a ton of volume in this move, and look at the flush that happened when it failed at 10 in yesterday's action. So if you can take a wild guess at what I would do if this got up to $10, you probably already know. If it has any, like if it has another 25 cents in it with this low volume and slowing down, like it actually looks like it's falling asleep, I tend to think it might be a bit of a fade. We only have 20 minutes to go, however, so it's time to start thinking about trimming and getting out of positions as opposed to putting new ones on, at least for us.
Yeah, and I think we've done a pretty good job of doing that. Let's just check back on Fun. Yeah, that was a good trade for us there. Still on Roblox. Yeah, these charts were bad this morning. Why are they going to get better right now? I don't know. Under Armour, we can check back quickly on UAA as we did have that trade through 26. Okay, good. Good out there on Under Armour today. We have a 25 bid. Out. It started to barcode here around 26. So that's where we said, you know what, enough's enough. Let's get out of this name. So we do that and hopefully reaping some benefits now on that one as it's back down to 25.58. So just to recap some of the trades that we did have on, we talked about this already, but we had AMD on board as well earlier. Fun, Under Armour, that's about it. And AMC, we still got that bad boy on. So we're going to see if AMC wants to go anywhere from here upside. I'm just looking to see if there's any other names. Lucid down to 35 and change right now. That could be something. I know you're already talking about Cassava Sciences. Here's LCID. Let's just look at that so we can all have a quick look at this together as it looks like, yeah, it's trying to make a move here anyways. Back up. Good bottom at 33 there today for Lucid. 20-period chart. Wow. See, this is the thing, man, and you know, always missed opportunities, but Lucid comes back in. Look at this. The last time we tanked, right? So big move up to 40. We were part of this trade. This was a good trade for me. However, I shorted all this and got out all the way back there, so it was, you know, relatively uneventful. But look where we bounced that day, guys. 33. We bounced that day. And then today, we come back in, similar move. Obviously, it doesn't start from 40, but it starts from 35, comes right in, bounces off that 33 level. So I think we may have found something that we like here on Lucid 33. And at the same note, you know, if you're long now, you have the exact same move, just flip the chart upside down, and a 36 should basically be your out. So there are some trades here to be had in Lucid. We'll make some notes. I mean, I got to get rid of some of these, but I do try to review them. These are all my sticky notes. Like I have them all from the last about 2 weeks here. So I try to review some of them, but they're getting to be old and stale now. So we're working with one today. So far, so good on that one. Like we had Tesla, Under Armour, Fisker, Ford, AMC, and AMD on there today. So a couple of good names. You don't need to trade them all, but obviously we never had car on there. Imagine we had that long somehow.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
But Fun, you can go either direction in the market, believe it or not. So that's a bit of a thing. It does turn around off that level in the 15-minute chart. So it did break down. I still think if you had that long consolidation, I mean, your risk to the bottom end of that range wasn't bad. Like you had a 5 long, you could be risking 10 cents to try and make, you know, maybe 3 or 4x if it goes to 550. The other side of that looks like it might be coming in. I'll hold on to the last of it just to see if it can get to 450 or VWAP. Not a guarantee that it does, only because there's 15 minutes left on a minute. We will, if you guys are interested in any particular name for imbalances, we don't have a problem sort of looking it up and just saying, okay, imbalance on this or nothing on that. I don't anticipate there'll be a large one on CAR and the NASDAQ. We'll find out at 350. It's just not moving anywhere at this point. So no matter what I have to cover at the end of the day, I might just wait until the end of the day. It's not going anywhere, and it's deep in the money, and you know it still has a chance, and maybe it flushes to that 300 support. So I'll give it a chance to do that. You just have to think about it as it's almost binary. If it breaks 400, I'll probably cover. If it breaks down to 300, I'll definitely hold through. That Fun looks like it's accelerating to that downside, so I want to make sure I don't have my stink bid out. Always have a stink bid out in front of VWAP in this situation, so I'll go ahead and do that on the off chance that we get a quick little fill. And had to cover that OCGN because if you go to the well, you know, over and over and over again on these pops. I didn't get the breakdown over and over and over and over again. Eventually it's going to break out. So I didn't want to turn this into a losing trade. So I just stop out right there when it breaks 14.10. Keep things simple, right? Like maybe if it's earlier in the day, I'm thinking about a reloaded VWAP, but at 343 with 15 minutes to go, don't fight it. Just get out, you know, move on to the next trade. Surprisingly enough, that OCGN has a chance now to get back to exactly where it was before it flushed $3 in a matter of like half an hour, and it's going to close basically at the same levels and still up on the day. That's OCGN for you.
And is this new all-time highs? I'm just trying to find out. Yes, it is. AMD cracks 128. Like, hell yes, man. We haven't got anything. Thank you for that. Also, guys, on the chat for bringing that up. Imbalances are in 6 minutes. We will have a look at those. So, wow, what a move upside. I mean, we bought these dips, man, and I know. I'm not going to be as upset. So yesterday we took like $1, and then AMD went 4 more. But today we actually did pretty good, man. We were long at 124.50 or so. Outrate, or no, 124.75. Outrate there, 126.75. So we do put on the board $2. But you want to talk about a cash cow, both in the long-term account and here, right here on the show. And I know we were talking about this, and I know we bought some $50, $75. We did not buy at 100, but now you get to go to the upside here on a beautiful move for AMD. I'm definitely not selling any of this. I mean, I don't know. I sold some Ford today. We talked about that. I should have sold some Nucor the other day. And Nike, by the way, another call that we're long at 145. They said that they're going to be getting, bad wick there. They said that they're going to be getting into the NFT game. So, I mean, I guess that, look, NFTs is going crazy right now, but I guess Nike all about NFTing some of those shoes, I would guess, and then figuring out, like, you know, I don't know where they're going to sell them, but who knows? Anyways, more to come on that one. But Nike getting involved there, I believe that was this spike. Oh, no, that's the daily spike. Sorry, I thought I was looking at a day chart. There was a spike earlier on in the mid-afternoon when that happened, but you can see it doesn't really do too much, but that's a great bouncing spot. This is where we're long. I mean, right off the 200 period, right into this support. I didn't hold any Nike. We like the name. Now we're getting almost too accelerated. I mean, I'd like to get some out if we get to 171, 172. So Nike on a nice move up. But yeah, hopefully you're having a good time today. I know we are.
Yeah, I see a couple of people talking about these, I guess, early movers, Check and BAOS. Both these names were covered. I mean, Check was about the easiest short it's going to get. Got to this 133 area and just rejected. But this is, at the end of it's still a day one move, breaking the 50 period. So maybe it's got a chance. It's getting off the shine. It held $1, which I mean, psychologically, I guess that's always a good thing when it holds that dollar range. And then maybe it's got a second day. And BAOS was something somewhat similar. Although this is not as much of a bounce, right? Like this was an absolute flush. In the pre-market was your best chance to get threes, and it came all the way down to like $1.80, and it's just barcoding down here. So the move up, this thing is not taking 2 and 230, not nearly as impressive, I think, of a bottom as what got made on that Check, which is the day one play. Someone was saying they don't have locates on Sava. That's the risk. I never got the chance to short it. I just missed a chance at 59. I didn't want to chase it down. I gave you the reasons why I didn't like the breakdown at 57.50. The risk to reward wasn't exactly a fit. And with about 3 minutes till imbalances come out, if fund doesn't drop another 10, 15 cents or maybe 20 cents in the next couple of minutes, I'll probably just cover the last of it in this 470 range and then hold on to CAR until the end of the day. Crazy action. And there's some names that we haven't even covered, like Coinbase. Got all the way up to 345. There was a slight pullback in Shiba Inu, right here at about 12 o'clock, 12:13, and Coinbase dropped into VWAP at that time. It's now right back down here. When I looked at it, it was exactly the same time in the charts. I don't know if it was a coincidence, but Coin has been on an absolute tear. It would be nice if it closed above that key 343 level, but it's certainly running out of time to do that. Brendo?
I just saw VMW popping up, guys, at day highs, I guess it was here, through 133, 134. Some volume came in once again. So they are starting to buy back up. Obviously, the Dell VMW separation, if you want to call it that, complete as of today. But nice look today. They've brought this back up to 134, guys.
Really, OCGN? 15? Okay, thank goodness we got out. Whatever, man. I'm not. I would never have reversed that trade to the long side, so I can't even regret it. But OCGN just popped into 15. It's now up 7%. Go figure. So I mean, they delayed that. They were expecting that response. It got delayed, and now we're still awaiting what could happen here. And I guess the market's betting. Some people are betting that it could be good. Given flushes like this, just always be careful because when the bottom drops out on OCGN, it can be harsh, and it's getting to these prices. I mean, you can look at it here. It got to this 16 before and was a hard rejection. It always seems to come right back into like $8 or $9 or so. So it's getting very, very close to making another push into those harsh rejection levels up at 16 and 19 on OCGN. So be careful when you trade it. Just look at what happened earlier today. Like twice, it dropped like a couple of bucks in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. So Good question there. It was for me, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, from Bradley Taylor. So I use simple moving average because the EMA will on both of these. One is the 50 period, which is the blue, and the 200 is the red. So I just prefer it. I don't really care. I know the EMA gives a little bit more weighting to current prices, but I mean it doesn't for me. I can chart them both on here and see the differences, but I've always just used simple moving average. So it's not I don't use any of these numbers to exact points. So I just try to find out to see support and resistance, basic support and resistance. Like that's why I bought some Nike here, bounced off there, broke, came right back, broke it, then ripped. And then we just use that SMA right there again. So good question. Thanks for that. Normally we do have, well, not normally, but I could put it up here. I just got rid of what all that talk was. But thank you for asking because there are people on here wondering, I guess, about that. So thank you for that. All right, so we only have 30 seconds now. And I'm happy with this AMC, man. We're $1.60 in the money, $1.50 in the money right now. And we're still at day's high right now for AMC. So we'll wait on this one. Ooh, Fisker as well, man. We don't have to worry about that stop order as it's just tick, tick, boom to the upside as well. That could have been a long that we all could have had. We gave it to 1740. We're still a long from down here. But 1740 was a good drop-off spot, so 1750 long is nice as well. We'll see if Fisker can go to the upside. Remember, these imbalances coming out right now, so we'll show them to you as we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then they'll update here, and all the sides will show up very, very soon. There it is. So Under Armour still gets that bid. We'll put this over here so you guys can see Under Armour on a nice bid. Yeah, obviously that goes hold my beer. Nothing to Under Armour today. Apple with a sell. That should create some downward pressure in the NASDAQ because I look over here and nothing, but there's Apple with a little bit of sell pressure to the downside, so you can see that tick right there. Okay, that's Royal Bank. Okay, sorry about that, Royal Bank in Canada. But obviously it's in New York as well. Apple, SoFi. Yeah, buddy, SoFi with Brendan. Right there, a nice little pop today for SoFi, and they get some love right there too on that bid. And then AT&T, we have T-Mobile earnings coming up, so we can check out TMUS.
Do we do earnings? No.
We will do it. Look, I think T-Mobile's been hot fire, man. I mean, as opposed to some of these other names here. I mean, not super hot fire, but there's a 20-minute chart, nice, or 20 minutes, right? So you do see a nice move up today for T-Mobile, but they do fall. Look, I mean, I don't really like this sector right now. I mean, I think you got Verizon for dividend, you have T-Mobile for growth, and hopefully you have AT&T for nothing. But it's just been hot fire today. It's been hot on the downside right now for T-Mobile. But the thing about this is, when you have moves like this, the expectations are going to be really low on this earnings. So I think, and again, it won't move too much. I don't expect it to on earnings, but we are well off, man. I mean, the trend is definitely not your friend if you're long right now for TMUS. But to be honest with you, I mean, breaking out through this 118 could be something, man. We could see a retracement up to like 120, 122 or something tomorrow, especially if we get this beat. I bet you that everyone that's short right here is going to have to cover. So this is actually a decent setup for the bulls, in my opinion, because it's so far beat down here. I think you have new iPhones coming out. You have it's a new cycle for iPhones on the 5G, so maybe that did spark a few new subscribers to T-Mobile. I know their plans are pretty affordable from what I know. Sitting here in Canada, we don't have those choices, so we'll wait here at 118 or so on T-Mobile. I'm actually pretty bullish for that report. We'll see, just because how beat down it is. I don't know if they're going to blow out the numbers, but I do think that there is some room to the upside. And honestly, to the downside, I mean, this is already beat down pretty good, man. We're back down to Feb lows.
What a crazy break that is. Now $2 in just a matter of minutes on Oxygen here, so thank goodness we got into that one. If you get stubborn at the end of the day, you can absolutely burn. It's still actually a little bit of ways away from that high, and thank you in the chat there, for pointing out the who meets, and it should have that news on Thursday allegedly. I wasn't sure exactly what date that was. I know it got put off to this week, so I'm glad we got that clarification. You're waiting for Thursday. Did I scratch? No. Paul Degg is saying, did I scratch D's? On D-Nut, I got out of this thing because, car was moving, so I got out flat. Now it's going up to 14.25. If I still had this trade on, I would be covering right here in front of 14.25, but I'm already out of it, Brendo.
This Benacer, remember the other, I can't think of the guy's name right now, but the DWAC SPAC, this is his other one. BENE just starting to go here into the close as well on big volume, guys.
Is it?
It's something Orlando.
Is it
Orlando.
Paul Orlando?
That sounds right. I think last name Orlando.
Patrick. Good call. I think it's good.
I knew it was the name of a.
I'm going to go with Patrick right there. So we did get out of half of our AMC shares right there. Look, I mean, I can call $40 here, but the fact that it's closing, you know what? I'm just going to get out 65. We are closing at the high of the day. So for me, we're calling, to hold this all day, and then it closes at the high of the day. We're going to celebrate that. So we did take half of that position out. Now we'll hold the other half just to see if we do take out this 72 there. We have the high of the day as being, 38.92. I don't think. Like, I was sitting here, I didn't see that spike up because you could see you have a big move up and down, but we are right now at the high of the day, so we'll take this out at 65 if we're lucky enough to get that coming through with only 5 minutes to go. So it's 54 right now. We can check out the imbalances roughly with 5 minutes to go. UAA still on that bid. Did we just get out of something? No, we did not. Okay, so I thought we got that AMC, but we didn't. UAA still a bid there to the upside, so it's not moving. We've already talked about that. Cisco with a sell. You know what? I don't think we've gotten Cisco earnings yet. Have we? No. I'm not sure, but Cisco there, nice little drop down. We could zoom into this a little bit so you can see some of these moves. So there we go. Cisco, it comes out right there, right? There's the imbalance, boom to the downside. So sometimes they mean something. I don't know if you bought any WBA there. I just saw, there it is right there. So we do have this on the downside as well as a sell, but again, not doing anything. This name was obviously beat up. We talked about that off earnings as well. But that's about it. So we'll close this. Right now, Fisker, man, at day's high. We can't do much more than hold this for the high of the day one more time.
Guys, before we go to Brendan,
let's take Fisker
you
out.
want to watch what's going on with Fun here. Fun did come all the way back into VWAP and bounce. So just remember, go back and zoom out. Look at that chart. You went to that 515 area and flush, and it goes right to the most obvious support. That's why we go over these levels time and time again here. Brendo?
November 17th for Cisco, guys. Here we go for tonight and tomorrow morning.
Lyft is actually down a couple of percent today, despite a bit of a recovery. And I say a bit, Lyft is up about $1 from the bottom here, but it was selling off all morning. Uber was down as well. There were a lot of names that were flushing a little bit going into this morning. And I think there's a few other ones out there like Activision, Blizzard. Wow. Can make moves. And Sean, I am thinking about a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. But T-Mobile, I think Sean already talked about that. There's not a heck of a lot that interests me. I'll tell you one thing that I will be looking at tomorrow, and that is 1,000,000% Avis, because the fact that it's doing volume and holding up 100, it's up 100%, and managing the barcode, right? Remember what happens when these names run and then hold support like this on the first day on volume. It's usually a signal that it ain't over. So we'll come in tomorrow expecting this to still be a bit of a mover. I will not still be short here at 480 because I have to cover this in the next 3 minutes. It'd be nice, but by the way, you know what? I shouldn't say that. I would never hold something like this overnight short. I just think that's crazy.
We're holding car overnight short?
It's not.
Honestly, I cannot.
It's not worth it.
If someone comes in and puts on the chat tomorrow that they lost their whole
It's
day,
not worth it.
Look at DWAC. I mean, we've already experienced this, man. Do not.
GameStop,
Much
AMC.
different if you're holding options because you have a zero-sum game. Right. You know how much you could lose. So we'll leave it at that. If you want to hold that overnight, go ahead, man. You could be in a monster winner. You could be not happy you did that either. But
don't let your last trade be your last trade. That was the quote today.
That was my quote. And sometimes when I give those ridiculous quotes, they do make sense. But that one does, I guess. Lyft is right here at bottoms again. You know what? Uber's come off a lot lately. It's down to $42 again today. We just noticed that today. Uber down 4.5% or something. So I don't know. I mean, I like Lyft here.
I'm stink bidding Uber at 40.
So I mean, we're gonna get that right off the bell here, I believe. Anyways, I don't know, man. I mean, I think Lyft can retest down here. Uber did have good earnings, but Lyft is not in the same spot as Uber. Uber gets money with Uber Eats. I know they don't get much on that, but they can guide forward. Let's see on Lyft. But I'm not. The name that really interests me honestly might be Zillow here because Zillow comes through. Come on, chart. It can be hard for me to look at this if the chart doesn't load. They did come back yesterday after taking a pause on selling their houses. They sold 8,000 houses or 7,000 houses for 2.8 billion there. So 7,000 houses for 2.8 billion or 8,000, whatever. But you are getting real close right now on Zillow being a big problem. And the problem that I have with it is we're not that far off from the 50-period moving average. So this move down was absorbed a little bit here. If they miss again, or not again, but if they say something today that's not going to be very kind, they may warn about having too much inventory and the possible housing slowdown, which would be a monster problem for them. I don't even want to look at their books right now. You could see $60 tomorrow on Zillow. So I don't hold this, but if anything, man, this might be one where you put call spread or something on there where you look at both. But honestly, I think that the danger on this name is to the downside. I just worry about interest rate rises. I just don't know what that's going to mean for their company. I'm not super educated on their balance sheet or anything, but if they're holding homes right now, like they just dumped 7,000 or 8,000 properties yesterday. So you tell me what that means heading into earnings there. From 110 yesterday down to 87. So I think the writing's on the wall for this one. What's up, B?
Quickly, guys, we have under a minute to go. My window, of course, is not going to cooperate and load quickly. That's what I'm looking at right now. If you look over here, there we go. JP Morgan, guys, to restrict trading of U.S. cannabis stocks. Oh, God. That just came through. That can't be good.
Really?
Nah, that can't be good at all.
Oh, Randy's on the bell.
Oh, there he is. Randy's on the bell there. There he is.
Didn't see that.
He just stands there, like looks over
I
you.
know,
Like,
it's like
you
all
have
eerie.
like the scary neighbor or something. What's that? There's a game, something neighbor there. Okay, so we're getting ready, Randy, with only 10 seconds left to go. Yeah, AMC was a big win for us, guys. We're out of that one at the high of the day, so that was a good trade. Same as Fisco with only 5, 4, 3, 2. Randy
that was a little
Randy
loud.
may temporarily be banned from
That was
doing
a little
this,
loud.
We may have to have a meeting of the
little
minds
loud.
afterwards because not only am I going deaf naturally, but now, huh? Did I just hear
Too old
something?
for this, man.
What was that? Brendan?
Too old for this.
Brendan?
Yes, that was exciting. Randy gets his money's worth every time he does that. Let's look at how things ended, guys. We're positive right across the board. Once again, about the same right across the board as well. 0.4-ish for both of those. Record highs right across the board. It's becoming a little bit of an old story. Records every single day. Brazil, nice day as well. And yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum doing their thing also.
So it closed at, where did we close here? It looks like 350, I don't know, 350 something. Who cares on Avis? I got out because we have to get flat at the end of the day. Crazy. It's going to be another one. It's going to be the trade of the day. Go over like why this should have been just the most ridiculous trade I've had in a long time, but got out some too early, and we'll talk about that in the trade of the day. Crazy movement on Oxygen all over the place. What a day. Tomorrow the hump day is going to be even better. I do anticipate, given all of these moves that we've seen. I even just noticed like Bloody Silvergate closed at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Everything. Why can't Coinbase?
I mean,
why can't Coinbase close an all-time high?
It will. It will very
Let's go
soon. Well,
Coinbase.
it's because Coinbase IPO'd at ridiculous pricing, right? So, yeah, someone said leave Randy alone. We all made money today. Yeah, most of us did for sure.
Did you hear how loud that bell was?
That was way too loud. Oh, and someone else, I think it was Katie. Who was it there? There it is. What up, Katie? Yeah, why didn't we tell you about Zillow earlier? I don't know. I just noticed it in the chat. I mean, if you really do want, look, I don't want to. We don't sit here for super chats. Obviously, the show is completely free, but. $5 that might have got our attention a little bit earlier on that, and we could be completely wrong about Zillow. So I don't know. I still have Lyft out here. It doesn't look like that earnings came out yet. Zillow as well. It doesn't look like that's out yet. So we're just going to wait on all this. I mean, there's nothing else really to do at this point.
Yep.
So, okay, thank you to Trader Prad's chilling out over there. He's still around, and so is Miss V. So we can do a big shout out to them there. What's up, Trader Prad? And Miss V, there we go, with the deuces out for sure. Thank you to everybody on the ones and two. Did Maggie sneak in there? Was she there the whole time? No, okay. What's up, Maggie? What's up, everybody there as well? Thank you to Lucas, Maggie, and Rob for the ones and twos today. And obviously, thank you so much to Brendan for, some of those stories today were pretty hot fire.
Crazy.
We actually had, if you rewind the clock, I believe we had Avis like well before any of this even happened. So that's
early.
That's a good look. And we'll have to do a better job just searching for those crazy blowout reports and then short sell, kind of stock. I mean, we don't expect that to happen every day. Well, thank you, Brendan.
But it could, definitely. So why not?
Yeah, I like that attitude. There you go. Yeah, why not? Join us every single day, and we'll look for those crazy runners. No other show will do this. So, welcome to the jungle. Thank you for watching. We're back tomorrow, guys. 8:30. We're back. So we'll see you then. Good luck to everybody if you're holding any positions. Ciao.
Bye, guys.